Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Normal here, and in this video we're going to do the detailed camera review of the new Honor 9N. So Honor 9N is the latest device from Honor in India. So this device is priced around the 15k price segment in India, and this device comes with a dual camera setup on the rear panel, and it has a 16 megapixel front facing camera. And on the hardware front, it has Kirin 659 octa-core chipset, EMUI 8.0, Android Audio, and we also have 5.84 inches Full HD plus resolution display. Now talking about the camera in detail. So first let's have a look at the hardware offered on this device. So this device comes with a dual camera setup on the rear panel. It has a 13 megapixel primary camera, f-stop 2.2 aperture, and a secondary 2 megapixel camera for depth sensing. So that should be quite good enough for portrait shots as well as bokeh mode. There is also wide aperture mode on this camera. So for that we have the secondary 2 megapixel camera. Now on the front panel, it has a 16 megapixel camera, f-stop 2.0 aperture, and it also has screen flash for taking low light selfies. Now let's go straight into the detailed camera aspects. Let's first have a look at the interface. So opening up the camera interface, you can see this is largely unchanged. If you swipe from the left side, you can see the plethora of modes including Pro Photo, Pro Video, AR lens, HDR mode, night shot, light painting, and all the stuffs are included. On the top we have this portrait mode as well as wide aperture mode, wherein you can change the aperture values from f-stop 0.95 to f-stop 16. That can be changed, but f-stop f-stop 4 is probably the sweet spot for better aperture shots or rather bokeh shots. Now next up, let's have a look at the video recording. So you can see that the photo resolution maximum is 13 megapixel, and looking at the video recording, it maxes out at a 1080p resolution, and there is no 4K resolution support on this device. Now let's have a look at the camera samples we have taken with this device. So now let's have a look at the samples taken with the Honor 9N. First up, the daylight captures. So these are the daylight captures taken with the Honor 9N, and they've come good in terms of the overall clarity. The colors are vivid and punchy and offer good details as well. The sharpness levels in the photos also looks good. So overall, in terms of the daylight conditions, the photos have come out well and looks good for the phone in this price segment, that is less than 15k. Now next up, let's have a look at the close-up images. So here again you could see good details in the photos, the sharpness levels are good, and also the images have vibrant colors. The focusing speed is also acceptable for the phone in this price segment. So overall we are pretty impressed with the daylight captures, both the regular daylight captures as well as the close-up images. Now moving on to the low light images. With adequate artificial lighting, the images shot with the 9N looks quite good, and Honor has made an attempt to reduce the noise, and it does well to an extent. But when the light drops, the images are a bit noisy and they are not well lit, and the f2.2 aperture doesn't help the cause. As a result, the extreme low light conditions, the phone does not perform that well. Now next up, let's have a look at the portrait samples. They look a bit artificial with a background blur, and edge detection was average at its best. So Honor needs to work on the portrait mode, especially when the background is a bit complex. The video recording on this device maxes out at 1080p resolution of Full HD, and there is no stabilization offered, nor it has 4K recording available. While the footage itself looks good with detailed sharpness levels and focusing speeds, we expect Honor to provide an update to bring EIS support to Honor 9N. Finally, the selfie experience. The 16 megapixel f2.0 camera on the Honor 9N takes good selfies. The important thing to note here is that it does not whiten the face too much, and the skin tones are more or less preserved with good details and dynamic range along with color quality. So we would say selfies definitely have improved on this device compared to other Honor smartphones. Finally, the portrait selfies. Here you could see that the edge detection was average at its best, and at times when the background is complex, it blurs out the edges. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the 16 megapixel camera on the Honor 9N. So this can record videos in 1080p resolution, and you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is. and also the audio output from this front facing camera on the Honor 9N. So summing up, how good is the camera on the Honor 9N? Honor has done a pretty good job with the camera on the 9N, and it has good details in daylight conditions, close-up images, and also improved selfies. The low light performance is acceptable, although it could have been better. The area of improvement on the Honor 9N are the portrait mode, both the rear and the front camera, and Honor could also bring in a stabilization in the video recording, which would make it even better. So that was the detailed camera review of the Honor 9N. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.